I just took 6 weeks completely off my business. I did not work a single day all of July and the first 2 weeks of August. And the best part, my business did not skip a beat. It continued to run without me. In this video, I'm gonna talk about exactly how I planned to be gone for 6 weeks. I actually only planned to be gone a month, ended up taking 2 more weeks off after that. I'll talk about that. But I'll talk about how I planned for it, what it was like to take that time off, what it all took for me to be able to do it, and why I was able to do it in the first place. And that's simply because I have a business that runs on autopilot because it's an online business on Kajabi, which I'm gonna talk about exactly all that went into making that happen. So if you have a business online and you're trying to figure out how to free yourself from it so that you can actually go and enjoy your life and not just be tied to your business, then this video is for you. And if you're thinking about starting an online business, I'm actually gonna show you how to start it the right way so that you build a system that allows you to be gone. I have so many people who joke around and they'll say things like, oh, you know, being an entrepreneur is all about leaving your 9 to 5 and leaving your 40-hour-a-week job so that you can go work for yourself for 80 hours a week. Ha ha ha. And I get what they're saying. What they're saying is that they're maybe more committed to their own business than they were to their job. I totally get that. Or they're saying that they're building something awesome and they just want to work all the time. But I think what's most of the time underneath that is this kind of underlying pressure that because this is my business, therefore, if I don't work 80 hours a week, something's gonna fall apart. I'm not gonna make enough money. I'm not gonna make the money I should. I'm gonna let my customers down, let my clients down, and it will be bad for me. So I'm willing to not work 40 hours a week for someone else so I can work for myself for 80 hours a week. I never wanted to do that in my online business. Not only did I not want to work 40 hours a week, I don't even want to work 30 hours a week. And I want to be able to walk away from it for weeks at a time and know that people are still being served, clients are still coming into my system, people are still buying courses and joining my site. All of that stuff I want to still be happening even if I pull away for a season. So in this video, we're gonna dive into exactly how all that happened. And I wanna invite you to download something that will actually show you how to build the kind of business that I'm talking about. If you go to lanesebring.com/supersimple, you can pick up my free super simple guide to your first $500 online. This is gonna walk you through the exact steps that I took to build this kind of business so that you can as well build an online business that allows you to break away from it whenever you want. So go to lanesebring.com/supersimple. It's totally free. You just wanna put it in your hands as a simple guide that you can go through, and in addition to watching this video. So let's start with a little background. I went full-time in this online business 2 years ago, and I haven't really taken any kind of extended time off in that 2 years. I mean, I've taken a week here and there, but it's not really been something where I've completely pulled away and wasn't even paying any attention to the business like I did this time. So leading up to July, I knew that I wanted to take a month off, and I started thinking about what is this going to take in order to do it? Well, the first thing that I needed to do was to get ahead on my content. So I have a video that comes out every Tuesday here on this channel, and a video and podcast episode that comes out every Thursday on my other business, Preaching Donkey. So my first order of business was to get ahead on those. So I recorded 10 weeks ahead on both channels to make sure that every Tuesday there would be a video here at Lane Sebring, and every Thursday there would be a video and podcast episode over at Preaching Donkey. The way I did that was I built a plan for all the videos I was gonna do and batched recorded those. So I just carved out a couple of days and just sat in front of my camera and recorded all the videos for this channel, and then I sent them to my editor, which is VidChops. There's a link in the description below. If you're interested in VidChops, you can check them out. But I have an editor through a service called VidChops that I can send them videos, and they edit them and then get them back to me. So I recorded, sent them over there, and then the next couple of days, I did all my Preaching Donkey videos, sent them over to the editor, and so I had those. So once I got those videos back from the editor, I was able to upload them to YouTube and schedule them out, and upload them to my podcast and schedule them out. So around the middle of June, I had all my content done all the way through July and the first couple weeks of August. So that was done, which was kind of nice to have that completely carved out. So the next thing I had to figure out was, what about if people have problems or issues that they normally would email me about? Well, I actually have a virtual assistant. And I've talked about this before. I've got videos about my virtual assistant, but I have a virtual assistant for 5 hours a week. Now, if you're intimidated by the idea of hiring an assistant, let me just break this down because it is very simple and very inexpensive. I have someone who works for me for 5 hours a week, and she does specific tasks for me. So typically what she does is she sends my content to my email list. She also takes the content that I've put out and puts it on my website as a blog post and posts it to all my social media channels. That's one of the main things she does, so that once I have a piece of content up on YouTube, she takes it and distributes it everywhere to all the places that we've decided she needs to distribute it to. So there's just one thing I don't have to do. Like, once I make the content, I can move on from it, and I know that she's taking care of it. But she doesn't at present handle like all of my email questions that come in, because there's not a whole lot right now because my business is still growing. It's already, revenue-wise, it's pretty large. But in terms of just how much people are asking questions, it's not hugely a big deal. So I handle that. But when I was gonna be gone, I just handed that off to her and had an automated response on both of my businesses, Lane Sebring and Preaching Donkey, where I said, hey, if you have a problem where you need immediate assistance, contact my assistant. Here's her name, here's her email. And she handled all those for the whole time that I was gone. So I had my content done, I had the normal distribution that she does done, and I had her handling my email for me. So those are the mechanics of what I had to do. And I want to kind of talk about the virtual assistant thing, because if you're looking to plan an online business, if you're looking to make an online business, you may not currently or may not right away have the funds to have a virtual assistant. I totally get that. I didn't at first. But what I'm talking about is actually attainable quicker than you think. As soon as your business is starting to make any amount of money, even a few $100s a month, it's worth reaching out to somebody. Get on Fiverr, get on Upwork, and see if you can have someone who can offload some of your work so that you can break away. This would have been way harder to do if I didn't have an assistant helping me. But again, we're talking very inexpensive, very few hours a week, and a lot that she's able to cover. So between planning out the content, uploading it in advance, scheduling it out, and handing off any kind of customer service issues to her and giving her some guidance on how to handle it, I had all of the mechanics done. Now I had to figure out, what am I gonna do for these 5-6 weeks that I'm off? Originally, I was only planning on a month, and I ended up being gone for 6 weeks because we decided to move in the middle of it, which I'll do another video about that. But I had to figure out, okay, Kajabi's taking care of my customers. Like when someone watches my content and they get my lead magnet and they get into my funnel, my sales process, they are going to have everything they need. All of that is automatic and done through a tool called Kajabi, which, by the way, if you're not on Kajabi, this is the time to get on Kajabi. You can get Kajabi for 3 months for 99 bucks using my link. If you go to lanesebring.com/Kajabi, you get three months of Kajabi for $99, plus you get all the bonuses and benefits that I always offer, which is a 45-minute call with me, my course, Kajabi Accelerator, and my $25,000 course launch email template. All that's included, plus you just get a massive discount on the front end. So you can jump on Kajabi and build your business up within the first 3 months, have a course up and running before you ever have to pay the normal amount, which is already a huge discount over the competitors. In terms of what you get for the money, it's amazing, but you can get a discount up front, 3 months for $99. If you're watching this after August 31st, that deal will have gone away, but you can always get the 30-day trial with my link and all the benefits and perks, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. So Kajabi was taking care of my business. Like, in terms of all of the systems that I had set up, I knew that if somebody watched my content, download on my lead magnet, they would be put on my email list, and they would be offered my products. All that stuff happens automatically. So that happens. Then I have the virtual assistant who's helping with distribution of the stuff to social media networks and making sure that if somebody needs something, like they don't know their password to get into their course or whatever, she can help them out with that. All of those bases were covered. And so I had to figure out, what am I gonna do? And so I got a few books on Audible to listen to that are business related, not because I felt like I had to, but because I wanted to. I just enjoy reading about this stuff. And so I've been reading a book called Influence. I've been finishing up a book called $100 Million Offers with Alex Hermosi. There's different books that I would listen to, and I just did a lot of fun stuff with my family. We traveled, we went to see my parents in Oklahoma. We went to our favorite place in the world, Santa Rosa Beach, which I'm now living in. We moved here because we just loved it so much, and because we have an online business, we can live anywhere we want. So I'll talk about that in my next video, but we just lived our lives, and I had to prepare for that. I had to prepare to let my business kind of sit there and not give it the attention that I normally give it. I normally am checking my stats quite a bit. I'm looking at my analytics quite a bit. I'm interacting with people quite a bit. And I had to be willing to walk away from that. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I have a business that runs on autopilot. I have a business that runs even when I'm not. And it's making me multiple six figures, even though I'm not always sitting in my seat attending to my business. So I really believe that online business is the absolute best of all worlds because it's the type of business that you can actually do this. So many business owners will start a business that owns them. So basically they've started a job. They don't really have a system. They haven't built a system that runs apart from them. They have a job that they own. I never wanted to own a job. I don't like having a job. I don't like having a boss or a job. And so most people will say, well, at least I'm my own boss and I have a job. No. I don't want a job or a boss. I want a business that's a system that runs itself. And it's far less complicated and far less of an ordeal to build than you might think. And I'm gonna help you do it. Go to lanesebring.com/super simple. I'll walk you through exactly how to build this kind of business. But I wanted to bring this up because so many online business owners and so many business owners fail to break away. They fail to have some kind of break from their business. And they look at people who have PTO and they think at least those people get some time off. But I won't because I'm a business owner. I just don't have that luxury. I never wanted to be that way. I wanted to say, yes, I'm a business owner, and yes, I can take time off, and I can actually take time off. When I was off, I didn't check email. I didn't check my stats. In fact, I unlogged in. I logged out of all of the things on my phone that I normally check, my analytics, my stats, my numbers. I logged out of all that. And for a month, and it turned into a month and a half, I didn't do a thing for my business. And guess what? I came back. Everything is running smoothly. I'm not even needed. My content was out there. It was attracting the right people to the right place into my email list so that my business can serve them and so that it can offer products to them that will continue to serve them and continue to grow my business and meet their needs. It's a win-win-win. And I am not bound to a job. I own a business, and I want the same for you. I really do. So go to lanesebring.com/super simple and check out this playlist right here. For the next 10 days, I'm going live every day on Kajabi. And if it's after the fact, these will still be up there. But today, or whenever I'm recording this, I'm not sure when this is gonna go up, but we're on day 3 or 4 or 2 or something like that. But 10 days to 10K on Kajabi. So check it out right here, and I'll see you in the next video.